of positions
Yes.
and some of the things that you want to make sure you have, and knowing that you have a safe place for it, and that somebody, or more than somebody, a couple of people know where your things are stored at. It's important to communicate,
Very important to communicate. I think within our culture, and so many different cultures, you only get to know a little bit. People are afraid to tell you this or tell you that, or so many things go untalked about or unheard. And death is something that really needs to be talked about more.
Yeah, it really does. We need to not just talk about it, but first we need to face it.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
It's like insurance. We had a guest here, Pat Anu, and she was talking about life insurance. And that's another topic
Yes.
that, we need to face. All of us need to face. Get it, keep it, work it. It's a legacy.
Yes.
It's about a legacy. And going back to this list of things that you need, life insurance policies. If you have a life insurance policy, put it in the box. Let people know what you have, but keep it there, because if you don't put it there, they don't know you have it. You got this policy,
exactly,
and nobody knows you have it.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to run a couple of things down of the things you need to pull out and put in this box. Your tax info for 2 or 3 years. Your passwords. Your passwords for everything.
People can't get into your stuff because nobody knows the password.
Really? Your passwords, even Facebook password.
Yes.
Social media passwords. Okay. Your passwords to your phone. Write them all down. I had a cousin that passed. She was in her 50s. And she did that. And I was like, wow. And this never dawned on me. Okay. So get your passwords together. Your keys. We don't use a lot of keys these days. We use our fingers and numbers and stuff. But there's keys to certain things, like a safe deposit box or something like that. A video that you have made for your loved ones.
Right.
Again, legacy. Sometimes you have parting words that you made. You could write, but a video is another way. You ever see those TV shows?
Yeah. And even though technology and things are changing, whether you have it on a CD, a MVP, what is it, MP3? I'm about to say MPV, most valuable. But somewhere where someone can go to, on your computer, or somewhere where they can go to and hear what it is or see what it is that you really want, or what you want to share with people. No one can deny that that's you on that screen.
Exactly. And that's something also with a trust. They can't deny it as much and as fast they will. A judge can override your will.
Yes,
if he
can.
Thinks, oh, no, I don't like this decision for whatever reason, he could say, denied, let's do it my way.
Yeah.
Okay?
And especially if people are arguing. But that trust, you can't argue.
But the trust is legal. It's a legal, more binding. So divorce papers.
Yes.
Okay. Divorce papers. People don't think about that. You divorce, put it in a box. Okay. Another one. DNA paternity tests. The papers for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I was just thinking.
There's marriages, second marriages, third marriages, and there's older adult children that were claimed, whatever. And sometimes, it may, the wife may say, well, that's not your child, and this and that, and contest it and make a big thing out of it. But if you got DNA papers, you could prove that child is yours, and you want that child to have whatever it is, it makes it binding.
Yes, it does.
I used to do DNA paternity tests as my business. It was a great business. I learned a lot. I was exposed to a lot. And I had an elderly gentleman in his 80s come in and get a DNA paternity test on an adult child for the very reasons that I just mentioned. And within days after getting the result, he died.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. but he had his results, and so now along with his trust, they can make things work. Right. So you don't think about these things, but these are papers that you want to save and put in your box. Your life assurance, I mentioned that. Military documents, the DD-214. Okay, if you have that, your bank accounts, your safe deposit box number, key, investment papers, real estate deeds, not just to your house, the real estate, but the car too.
Yes.
Like you got a car that is paid off, whether it's running or not. Yeah. It's yours.
Yes.
Okay. Have the paperwork for these items. Put it in that box. Your debt info, the bills. Because at the back of this, when they go to divide the money up or whatever, they have to pay the bills first.
Right.
Okay. And then the last two that I'll mention, which we already did, I mentioned it before, your will and testament and your trust. And you really should have both.
Right.
At minimum, will and testament.
Yeah.
So I say to you boomers, please listen to this. Think about it. If you want information, I have a booklet on this, and it's preparing for death before and after. And if you go to our YouTube page, For the Love of Baby Boomers, you can like,
share,
and subscribe. Comment to us that you would like that booklet, and you would get that booklet sent to you. But you should like, subscribe, and share. So, will and testament and a trust are the things that you want to make sure that you have. Okay? So, when you look at all of this, things that you should have, a lot of this is what we need to have before we die.
Right.
Okay? Okay. And if you don't have this, then after you die, you have a shambles.
Yeah, your family and friends or whomever is there is sitting there trying to put your death together. I'm not going to say your life together. Put your death together. They're trying to get monies together. They're trying to figure out where this is, where that is. They're trying to do what they think you may want, not what you really may want. Or you have family members that get in arguments about things, and all of this because we just didn't make a decision to put things together that should have been put together.
Yeah. Now, I understand a lot of people don't understand, a lot of this. But, a little research, some questions, and just like everything else, we can figure it out. What's the difference between a will and a trust? It's not very much. One is more legal and private, and the other one is not as legal, binding, and public.
Yeah, and then the trust helps in some ways that wills don't. As an example, if you left your house to someone in a trust, it helps because that eliminates certain taxes that they would have to pay for. Mm-hmm. If it's just in a will, you still got to pay those transfer taxes and all those things. Where when it's trusted to you, it's totally different. You can look into it more with an attorney, but I definitely know that that's one thing that's a total difference when you're putting something in a trust. When you're leaving trust money for people, it eliminates taxes. So I think more of what the trust helps to do is, that definitely it is specifically for that person because only that person's name is on it, and it eliminates certain tax debt that they would have to pay.
Yes. And I mentioned private and public. With a trust, your information is private. So instead of using your full name, you can make up a name. My name is Dolores Clybert, but instead on my trust, I would put something else, anything else, like bread and butter, anything else, I just said bread and butter. I don't know why. and all my stuff is private. And so my neighbors, my nosy neighbors, I have a nosy neighbor.
We all do.
Yeah, and she's all up in stuff, you know. They can't see how much I had and who I left who and when and where things are going. Things are private, and it means something to me. Not everybody care, but it means something to me.
Right.
Okay, and it may mean something to the people I'm leaving things to.
Right.
Like, they don't want everybody in their business, so that trust give you that privacy. You know Robin Williams?
Yes.
Yeah, he comedian.
Yes.
Yeah, he passed, you know, a few years ago. And he didn't have a trust. He had a will only. And that man had some money.
He did.
All his business was out there for the news to just take it. And he left this, and he didn't leave this, and he didn't do this, and this child was ignored. All his business was out there. A will is public. Yeah. So you have to think. There's a lot to think about, boomers. A lot to think about. Start thinking about it now. Write down the things. Don't overburden yourself. Make one decision at a time.
Right.
One step at a time. That's what I call it. Then there is the probate process. What is probate? That is, probate is proving that somebody wrote that document, that will, in their right mind.
Right.
It was their signature, okay, and they meant to do what they meant to do.
And that's where the trust eliminates.
The trust that covers you.
Yeah, it eliminates the probate.
Okay.
The stuff could be in probate for years.
I'm telling you,
Remember
if
that
you have a will and you wrote up some stuff and you have family, it will go into probate. And like you said, it can go into probate for a long time.
Yes.
Okay, and that's where you see houses just sitting there, just dying off, breaking down, looking bad because it's in probate. Things are in probate. I used to hear that. I'm like, what? Yeah, because people come out of the woodwork and say, oh, no, that's not his signature. Oh, no, he didn't mean that. He meant that for me. Mm-hmm. You hear these stories all the time. And look, I work personally, I'm going to take it to me. I work too hard. I could give you a whole lot of stories in my work life, my adult life. I don't want my stuff going to no state. I don't want it to be broken down. I love my son and my family. I want my stuff to go to them.
Right.
So if you're thinking like that, if your legacy is important to you, you don't want your stuff to go into probate, what do you need to do? What do you think you need to do? Tell them.
You want to make sure you get that trust.
Make sure to get that trust. That's right.
And we all know when you got that special family. You know when you got that special family. That's not play.
Yeah.
We all know with the special people in our family, the ones that's going to come out the woodwork, the ones that's
out the woodwork.
So you know whether you're the type of person where you need to have a will or whether you're the type of person whether you need to have a trust, you know. And if you own a house, I would say regardless of whether you have that will or not, if you own a house, definitely have a trust. If anything like that, houses, cars, certain amounts of money that you want to leave to a specific person, I would definitely put those particular things in a trust. And then your will can just be where, hey, go to the trust for da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And or for things that